I've lost a lot of friends over the Charlie Kirk shooting.
You did?
Yeah, talk
Many
about
bridesmaids.
The last time I remember a falling out of this proportion is probably, literally 8 months ago when Trump got into office, or at least was elected as president. And personally, I lost roughly 1,500 followers in 3 days. So from like November 4th, 5th till November 7th, lost 1,500 Instagram followers. But I think more importantly than that, because what does that really mean? I lost a relationship with my brother. And as you can probably guess, it's not because I voted for Oskamala, right? It's not like my brother was a Trump guy and I just broke his heart. No, it's because I happen to vote for somebody different than he did. And, I pray for my brother. I do, for a multitude of different reasons. It is nobody's business, honestly, what's going on in his life. I barely even know half of it at this point. But, that was triggering for me. But I have not seen that sort of falling away until right now. Charlie Kirk's assassination has been one of these massive dividers. And I don't think it's outside of the purpose, like the godly intending purpose of all of this, right? Revival doesn't just come as this, rainbows and unicorn. Well, rainbows are probably going to show up mad, but not this sort of, yay, hip, hip, hooray sort of thing. Sometimes it is grunge work and it is, divisive. I mean, even Christ himself, he said, father against son and, mother against daughter. And there's going to be a great division amongst the people. The word inherently is divisive, period. God's word, God's true word is divisive in its own nature. The truth is offensive to those who don't want to hear it, period. And so anyway, I'm seeing this, I'm hearing about it, actually getting messages from folks, etc. In the same way I did when the whole George Floyd Sum of Love situation happened, where I had white friends who were telling me that the black friends in their life were cutting them out. Some of these were so-called Christians and church folks, but that's a conversation for another time. That was 5, almost 6 years ago now. Now, fast forward to the year of our Lord 2025, and here we are, and we see a repeat of that happening to an extent that might even be more drastic than what happened during the election of Trump this second time. Well, I would say this third time, but if you know, you know. So I came across this video here, and I feel, this is a perfect embodiment of, what sort of mentality, even spirit of these people under to make a decision like that. Wasn't a bunch of Trump supporting individuals who cut their family members off, even if they voted for Joe Biden. It's okay. You voted for a carcass, then, you're going to have to deal with the carcass in office. Best wishes for all of us. Godspeed. But turns out that when you happen to be standing anywhere besides the fringe, whacked out, wokety woke, progressive, quote unquote, left, then you will get left. If you're not of that, then there's no space for you in their families, in their social circles, etc. And again, it's quite unfortunate, but it's really unfortunate for them because many of these people are suffering, not just from insanity, mental illness, touch of the cuckoo, but these people have a void of God in their life, and so they make everything else God. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and run this for y'all, and we see what we get. I watched the first couple of seconds, and I felt, yeah, this is perfect for this message.
I've lost a lot of friends over the Charlie Kirk shooting.
You did?
Yeah, talk
Many
about
bridesmaids.
Why?
Because they did not care to have an opinion when it came to school shootings. They did not care to have an opinion when it came to gay rights, like any sort of thing other than all of a sudden he was and he is a Christian, he's a father, he was a husband, and all of a sudden you have an opinion to make on it. Like that to me is like, so where were you with anything with Gaza, with like any school shootings? Like you had nothing to say about.
So I do want to answer that one personally, right? Because she is really addressing us, those of us who understood what Charlie represented and the importance of him and the mission that God has sent him out on. So here's the thing. Your bridesmaids are your friends who I assume are conservative. Maybe it took her a lifetime to realize that, or at least they're not whacked out leftists. So the reason why they probably didn't, quote unquote, have an opinion on, let's say, the gay rights situation is because if they told you their opinion, you would have done exactly what you did now or worse, because you're liable to do worse. Some of y'all's out there you're actually possessed. And so to confront you without any real authority or power behind it is going to be a dangerous, dangerous mission in and of itself. So at worst, it's going to be some sense of violence. At the best, it's going to be they get cut off anyway, because there's no room for any differentiation. Oh, what about Gaza? Maybe, just maybe, they actually, educated themselves and didn't come from a place of this virtue signaling. They didn't come from a narrative first, but instead they researched what's happening. And turns out, whoa, October 7th, yikes. That was terrible. Is anybody going to talk about this? Is anybody going to hold up their Israeli flags? No, we're not doing that. Gaza, we're supporting Hamas. We're good on Hamas. Okay, yeah, good on Hamas, right? Maybe, just maybe, it's because it's not their fight. Maybe they have no opinion on it, right? Maybe they have no opinion on it, but that's not enough for you, because your whole entire worldview is built around this illusion, this facade that you are fighting for all of these causes, made up causes half of the time. You make them up so you can have a sense of meaning and significance. Now, there is one who will give you actual meaning and significance. There is one who actually who affords you that. He happens to also be the one who created you. Wink, wink. But yeah, when you create your own meaning, you create your own God first and foremost, the God of social justice, right? The God of self, really. Then you create these false missions and purposes in this world. And then when other people aren't willing to go along with them, what is a quote unquote transformer child rights? What is that? That's a movement that you guys have. It's the rights of transformer children. First, there's no such thing as a transformer. Well, sorry, Bumblebee. Secondly, there's no such thing as a transformer child, only a narcissistic parent or a deluded parent or, possessed parent of some nature. And yeah, as far as the rights, yeah, there's human right. There's the right that the human being has. Yes. Also in the womb. Surprise, surprise. Right? How about that? But as far as the transformer child's rights, no. Of course, I'm not going to stand with that. But that would lead to you cutting me up out of your wedding invite list.
About it until then. I call them like my sleuth MAGA. Do I think the man deserved to die? Absolutely not. I think that everyone should be able to the same thing that's going on with Jimmy Kimmel and him being canceled because of everything.
Stop drawing that false equivalency. Jimmy Kimmel has terrible ratings. Jimmy Kimmel said something that his employers believed to be a liability. Jimmy Kimmel got suspended for 3 days, likely with pay. Charlie had his life taken. Stop it. I'm not going to allow this to continue. Stop it. Stop it.
And losing his job.
I think a lot of people in media have a moral obligation to knuckle against what's happening right now. We're going to see an incredible push by people online, libs of TikTok, Laura Loomer, all these other types. They really want just real nasty stuff in the street. And I think a lot of leaders...
In the last 3 weeks, we have had a transformer. Oh, it's gotten even worse, actually, as of 2 days ago. Fantastic. In the last 3 weeks, we have had Minnesota, little kids at a school, in a church, praying, having their lives taken by a demonically possessed, yes, demonically possessed. Did you guys see the manifesto? Did you see the picture he drew of himself? No, he was not a transitioner. No, he was a boy, confused, lost, and possessed. He drew a demon that he was facing and having a conversation with. He had a head of Christ on his target that he used for target practice. That's Minnesota. And he happened to be a quote unquote transformer. Then what do we have? Oh, I don't know. Maybe Charlie Kirk being assassinated in broad daylight by a furry lover, leftist ideologue. Oh, and of course, shooting in Texas. Few days ago, leftist, transformer right activist. Oh, by the way, Antifa, all anti-fascist, right? We got to add all those on. And this guy's trying to stand here and tell me that it is libs of damn TikTok who all they do all day long is to show you and what you got going on and what you're doing. No. Not what y'all do, which is to draw a narrative and to create stuff. Oh, he's a racist. Well, where's the racism? Well, I said so it's true. No, not that version. Our version is, here's what you said. Here's what y'all did. And mind y'all, I missed some stuff in the last 2 weeks. It has been a lot, folks. It's been a lot. Or 3 weeks, excuse me. It's been a lot. And it's all come from one side. Yes, it's the side of evil. Yes, it's the side of darkness. But if you want to bring it here to the physical realm, it's the left. No.
Need to step up.
I don't think anyone's stepping up right now.
I don't think anyone's stepping up right now. Destiny's stepping up, and he's calling for more of this to happen. That's your left. That's it. That's it right there. Now, I can simultaneously hold these two sentiments. Is on one side, I will rebuke whatever it is you got going on, whatever wicked behaviors as I do within myself, as I check myself every day and moment to moment to make sure that I'm living from the right place, genuinely. And in that, I can also love you. And I believe that the ultimate expression of love outside of the sacrificial element, to lay your life down for your brother, is to tell them the truth. When I was an addict, and it's been exactly 10 years this month, it was September 1st, 2015, that I became sober, or that I sobered up. When I got sober, I was surrounded with people who were still on the dope, still running around in the streets, doing whatever it is that we're doing. This is before I lost any of my closest friends to ODs, and I would lose 3 of them in the last decade. None of them turned 30. One of them didn't even turn 22. So, 19 years old, freshly sober, still trying to make sense of things, sense of the world, etc. Finding a new identity for myself. And do you want to know what the people who were still in the place that I came out of were telling me? They were telling me that I was no more fun. Oh man, you so serious now, bro. Like, why don't you just let loose? And the folks who had never been around me when I told them that I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't get into any of that, they looked at me like I had 6 heads. Like I was Hydra. Well, what if? Well, okay, but just a little bit. Why you want me to do a little bit? What is wrong with you? You got a few screws loose in the top? What's going on? Why do you want me to drink so bad? Why do you want me to partake in your sin so bad? Why do you want me to justify what you got going on? You do it by yourself or you're going to do it. You know, it's like sometimes somebody wants to eat a cake or whatever, then they bring you a slice so they don't feel guilty. No, No, I'm not going. I know the okie doke. No, I'm not going for it. I have seen that play out in my life so many different times that I know for a fact that the people who love you are never going to be the ones to tell you what you really think you want to hear. It's what you need every time. My auntie who was praying for me, my pops, my homeboy's grandma who was like my own grandmother, and she lost her own blood grandson because he could not get off the dope. He was not willing to. He was continuously going down that path. I wish that for no man. But to see 3 of your brothers lose their lives in that way, back to back to back, you're getting phone call after phone call. 2 of them were in the sequence of 18 months on separate occasions. And then the final one as recent as, I believe it was 2023. Actually, 23. April 2024. Yeah, April 2024. Now, some folks out there, they got their criticisms, they got their this, they got their that, and that's beautiful. That's perfect. Come with all of it. But you can't put out a fire when you don't know the source of it. And that's what they try to do. They try to put out this fire. And I'm like, you can't put this out because I've seen what I've seen. I've lived what I've lived. I've gone through what I've gone through. Oh, you a lame. You never did no fun. That's why you talk like you talk. But all right, cool. Go ahead and make that assumption. I know what it is to be in the trenches. I put myself there and I was stupid for it. And I nearly lost my life multiple times because of it. And I assumed a new identity before finding my true identity. But I continued to try to find something out there that would fix what was in here. So I'm going to tell y'all right now. You've got people around you who are going to tell you things that you think you want to hear. And then you're going to start cutting off folks who are telling you the thing that you need. That is the tactic of the devil and none but the devil. Call good, bad, bad, good. Evil, righteous, righteous, evil. Creating nothing but confusion. So you sitting over here like, wait a minute, should I take the dope? Is it okay? Is it okay for me to be watching all the, this corn? And no, you know it's not. But you want to go around and find affirmation. And when somebody tells you, no, that's wrong. Don't do that. No, that's leading you to hell. Don't do that. No, that's leaving you susceptible to manipulation, coercion. No, don't do it. Then you say, they're lame. I don't want nothing to do. No, they hate her. Or like on the left, they're intolerant. I cut them out of my life because they're intolerant. No, you cut them out of your life because they said something that you don't want to hear that'll likely save your life. You see these women, these pregnant liberals, after Trump told them, hey, ladies, don't take the Tylenol while you're pregnant or consult a doctor because this thing is dangerous. Your child could get autism. You know what they did? They started buying in bulk Costco packs, guzzling them. There's a woman right now who is likely dead, if not still on life support because she OD'd on Tylenol. Because she wanted to prove a point to the president, to the orange man. She did that to herself. Foolishness is the path to death for real. And we saw that in real life with that woman. So she risked the life of her baby. If she wants to take her own life selfishly, okay. We pray that no man, woman, or anybody ever have that desire in them. And we help those who are in that place if they are brought to us. But that baby did not choose. How dare you? That baby did not choose to be a part of your little TikTok moment, your little 15 seconds of fame. And now you risk the baby's life. Because you want to prove a point. Because you want to stay in your pride, in your hard-headedness. You know, there's some folks out here who've been called to speak to you in a certain way. You know, and maybe in a little, voice like this, and wow, and that's not me. That's not me. I'm just here to tell you exactly how it is. If you're doing wrong, I'm going to tell you you're doing wrong. That's how I say it to myself. Look, that's wrong, bro. You know it is. That's not it. That's love for me. That's grace. Don't do that. Somebody that loves you, don't do that. Don't touch that stove. Don't get off that. Get off that counter. You will bust your head wide open. Don't stop. Don't do that. Oh man, they don't want me to have no fun. Oh man, you so strict. Why you so serious all the time? I say, okay, go ahead and bust your head open and see. Doing all kinds of stuff on the counter. Boom. Drops like a sack of potatoes. Bam. Hits their head. By the grace of God, you're good, but you bust your head. Now you have to go through that pain. God is trying to lead you to protect you because he loves you. That's what that's about. But love is also giving you the freedom to choose. You've got the choice. You don't have to bust your head wide open. You don't. That's a choice right there. So, yeah, if you're on the other side of this, I know it is painful sometimes, and you think to yourself, what's going on? I done lost my child. I lost my this one, my that one, my loved ones. Oh, man, how do I get them back? And I say, look, you continue in earnestness to pray for them. Intercede on their behalf. Wish them the best. My father and mother had to see me go through my addiction as a teenager. I could not imagine the hearts of those God-fearing African parents to see their son going through that right there. Literally destroying, killing himself right in front of them. I can't imagine that. And still to this day, I'm like, man, you broke your mother's heart. Do you understand how deeply that affected that woman? I probably never will. But I'm thankful that when I got the opportunity, was presented the opportunity again and again, because we do get chances, folks. Let's not pretend. We get chances, that I made a different choice. And so when I see somebody else in that place, genuinely, outside of all the keys and stuff like that, sometimes I can be petty. I can be this when talking about these issues, but God honest truth, when I see somebody in that, I think to myself, you know what? I pray that they come back. I pray that they wake up and, God have mercy on them. The difference with us and the quote unquote other side, good versus evil, is we have been called to forgive our enemies, which sounds crazy as all get out, but that's what we've been called. They've been called to destroy their enemies. Who's their enemy? Anybody who disagrees with them. That's the difference. So I don't want them to be destroyed. We don't wish them to lose their physical life, and we definitely don't wish that second death upon them. We don't wish hell upon you. I don't. I really do not. I don't want that for you. I don't want the worst for you. I hope the best for you. I hope you figure it out. I hope you work your situation out. I hope you finally get back to a place where you are no longer controlled and possessed by your hatred, your anger, your resentment, that you can forgive and let go so that you yourself can be saved. I really do. I really do. So, for my brother, your brothers and your sisters and your these ones, your those ones, this is the exact same desire that I have in my heart of hearts for y'all. If you're reunited in this life, that's a beautiful thing. But more importantly, it's for them to get right with God. And for you to be right with God. Some of y'all, got your mocha choca latte in hand and your little almond, almond butter or a little avocado toast. $15, which again, there's no problem with that. If that's what you into, cool. But you over there like, yay, just did my godding, just did my Christianing, hashtag Christian. I'm not talking about no hashtag Christian. I'm talking about the real. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Now, if you'd like to stay around, make sure to click that little subscribe button down there, or you can show some love by going to the description below and clicking on the button titled Buy Me a Coffee. Leave a little something there, or click on the Cash App. Leave a little something here. Till the next time, peace.
I've been up for hours, I've been up for days, staring at the ceiling, I've been counting strays, I've been in my feelings, I've been out of mind, I've been getting visions of the other kind, I've been up for weeks, I'm in the count of blessings over count of sheep, I can never be the type to limit when it comes to me. I used to be the pleaser for the people. I ain't even